everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux. Peter Clayton's behind the camera, and the Court of Public Opinion is in session. We had I think it was a downloading, or maybe it was an uploading problem on Monday. But anyway, a lot of you let me know that there was a problem. I just hope that everybody heard that wonderful Kathy Mattea song, the Battle Hymn of Love, that you put in expertly, Pete.
Thanks, Jeremy. I have to say, I've got something very, very special surprise for you at the end of this show.
So you're not going to tell me up front?
I'm not going to tell you, but you will, and your listeners will love it.
Okay. I thought the one you put on yesterday, that was Emmylou Harris, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was lovely. When I was yours and you were mine.
Yeah.
Can you still get that?
I believe. Well, I would think so. Yes.
Because Emmylou Harris looked so young.
Yes, that was off her 13th album. So it's going back a while now, early 90s, I think. But
great voice, wonderful song. I take it she wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, just beautiful. I mean, it just brings tears to your eyes. It's just lovely. Just beautiful, beautiful music. Could be a hit today, all over again. I told you when we recorded on Monday and Tuesday, we recorded on Saturday for the Monday and Tuesday show, that I had to go up to Echunga for the All British Day and have a look at the lovely old cars. Hundreds of them, all gathered for a very special day. In fact, the 40th anniversary of the All British Day. Also very special for Jaguar, and probably more so for MG, because it was their 100th anniversary. The 100th anniversary of the MG motor car. Anyway, I never got there. Got as far as Hahndorf. I took the old blue 1969 Rolls Royce, which would sort of, well, she's 50, isn't it? 55. Beautiful day. I thought, not too hot, not too cold. Perfect day. Get out and stretch her legs. Anyway, then we got to Hahndorf. Strong smell of something burning.
That's not a good sign.
not a good sign. And then the smoke started pouring out from underneath the bonnet. Do you call it a bonnet or a hood? I guess
bonnet.
Bonnet, yeah. I think the Americans call it the hood.
Yes.
Anyway, I won't bore you with the details, but I do have a picture. Perhaps you could stick this in when you're uploading or downloading or something, Pete.
Yes, we can put it in here.
I would like to thank the RAA and Hills Towing for coming to our rescue. Needless to say, we didn't make it to Echunga. Next year we will. We'll get the national accounts later on today. That's the GDP, gross domestic product. My guess it's going to be pretty close to flatlining. We don't want it to slip into negative growth, 2/4 of that, and that's where you are. You're in a recession. England, Japan, New Zealand, already there. Let's not join them. I think they were talking about a 1.8 to 2% growth, but I think it'll be flatter than that. The first of 5 mobile phone cameras are being installed in Adelaide at the moment. They expect, this surprised me, they expect to raise $20 million every year. Look, I hate fines and I hate revenue raising, but the mobile phone is, or can be, a terrible, sometimes tragic distraction. So just don't, if you're in the car, touch the damn thing. Just leave it. I mean, even if you've got it and you put it through your Apple phone system, if you've got one of those in the car, it sometimes disconnects, and the temptation is to put your hand down and see what's wrong. Don't do it. ASEAN came to Australia. Southeast Asian countries all gathered for a huge talk fest in Melbourne. Boy, did that stuff up the traffic. You know, they had hundreds of police cars and motorcyclists. And of course they had some demonstrators too. The Extinction Rebellion people dangling from overhead bridges and things. God, I don't know. I don't know what these Asian people these leaders would think of all of that. The demonstrations, I mean. I believe that ASEAN has taken over from CETO. You know, we've got the NATO, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. CETO was the Southeast Asian Treaty Organization. Never hear about them anymore. Maybe they're still in existence. But anyway, more expense, more talk. Hope something comes of their meeting. But I must say, watching Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on 7:30 on the ABC, what an impressive man. Competent, excellent speaker. And of course the interview was, well, aggressive. You're Ferdinand Marcos. You are the son of a dictator? Anyway, I thought he handled it brilliantly. Congratulations to 7 News, by the way, for telling us and showing us the disgraceful events on Kangaroo Island, where land clearing or the harvesting of blue gums or tree felling, call it what you like, it just looked like a scene out of something in the First World War. Absolute desolation. Anyway, out of that desolation, hundreds and hundreds of koalas have been killed, injured, their habitat destroyed, all apparently condoned by the government. Wake up! Please, wake up! This footage of deforestation, all counter to all of the climate change nonsense. Trees and plants are the lungs of the world. You see the hypocrisy, don't you, at every level? The natural, God-given means of cleaning the environment, let alone supporting the wildlife. You'd be demonstrating out there in favour of those trees, wouldn't you? You'd be lying down in front of the bulldozer or whatever they were using, but no demonstrations at all. Was it totally necessary? It was necessary for us to see it. I'm glad a lot of people did on 7 News. The Kangaroo Island Wildlife Network. There's a girl called Katie Wells. I'm trying to find her to see if she'll come on the program on Friday, because we need to talk about this. You remember the treatment of the koalas some years ago when they were saying, we have to cull them. Sanitized words for kill. We have to cull them because they're eating themselves out of house and home. You know, it was a terrible time where these people just tried to justify the mass slaughter of koalas, hoping there wouldn't be a camera team there to report on it. Let me remind you quickly about the Rising Sun on Bridge Street at Kensington. Grant, who's owned it for years, and Jim Elder's wonderful art gallery, our 2 great sponsors, 2 wonderful South Australian institutions, the Rising Sun and Jim Elder's art gallery. Now, if you're here in Adelaide, maybe you're visiting, I don't know, but if you want a beautiful night out, beautiful food, atmosphere, it's the oldest inn or roadhouse in South Australia, the Rising Sun. It's not far from the hustle and bustle of the city. It's a little gem hidden away on a tranquil little street called Bridge Street at Kensington, just off Kensington Road. The building's heritage listed, handmade bricks, open fires, oozes old world charm, warm inviting atmosphere, beautiful art on the walls, open fires as I say, but air conditioning, mod cons. You can, you'd enjoy dinner or lunch. Dinner is Monday through Saturday, lunch is Thursday through Sunday. I've been going there for years. And it's not just for lunch and dinner. They've got 5 different spaces available in various configurations for functions, events, birthday parties, wedding receptions, cocktail parties, corporate dues, indoor-outdoor dining. Check it out. You will love it. And they even have live music at the end of the month, the last Sunday of every month. Now here's the phone number, 8333 0721. Make a booking. The Rising Sun Inn at Kensington, built back in 1845. 8333 0721. Yep, that's the number. It is, it is. It looks like flu cases in Adelaide are out of control. Twice the number of cases compared to last year. Be a very good idea to check that your flu jabs are up to date. I think the vaccine becomes available around the March, April time of the year, in time for the flu season, but you know, we've got the flu here already. The Dunkley by-election. Ah, yes. Both parties, both major parties, putting on a predictably good spin. You know, I don't know what to say about it. If I was in the Liberal Party, I would worry. It was an opportunity for the electorate to give Labor a kick in the pants, and it was almost a tick of approval. There was a small swing to the Libs, but nothing to crow about. To me, the answer is obvious. It should be to the Liberal Party as well. The Liberals have to stop being Labor light. Be the party that Menzies started. Different. Stop trying to please everybody. Don't sit on the fence. Develop good, sensible policies and learn how to sell them. Forget about who is a man or a woman. Recruit the best candidate, somebody with conviction and passion. The political landscape is rich with obvious opportunities, I think, for policy development. Immigration, people feel strongly about that. We can't go on bringing 600,000 people a year into the country. Taxation reform, by that I mean real taxation reform. Less tax and more incentive. Look, you could do lots of things. Lift the tax threshold to $30,000. Do away with all of the deductions. Keep it simple. Get rid of payroll tax. Excellent idea. Keep it simple and fair. Grow the economy. Then there's government waste. I don't think anyone's got a policy on government waste. Clean out the education system, get rid of the woke and the political correctness, demand a complete audit of the Aboriginal industry, and of course the NDIS. You could run with that. We will find out where the money goes and stop it. You know, you could develop policies to make us all more self-reliant and independent of government interference. In other words, you could say something like, elect us and we'll leave you alone. I love that. All of this off the top of my head with a bit of thought. God knows what we could come up with. Voting for the Libs at the last moment, well, you'd just get more of the same, wouldn't you? Unless they have a good look at themselves and become a true Liberal party. Anyway, what would I know? And with the by-election out of the way, oh yes, they wouldn't have brought this up before the by-election. With the by-election out of the way, the government has announced that they have approved a 3.5% increase in private health insurance. That is, the premiums. How does that all sit with, we'll help you with the cost of living? The advertising of electric cars continues in the face of rejection by, I was going to say all the major makers. There are some exceptions, not many. the local people, I guess, are scared stiff that they're going to get stuck with stock that is just not going to sell. No concern, of course, for the hapless purchaser. However, also, the government is spending our money here in South Australia to promote green steel. Have you noticed that? I think that's absolute nonsense. Hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen. Where? When? How? It's all pie in the sky. If we had a vigilant media, they'd be saying this sort of thing, and they would be also questioning the government on their hydrogen plans. What's going on? The truth of the matter is very simple. You can't make steel without thermal coal. True. It's that simple. They're telling lies and using our money to do so. It's a bit of a pity. Agriculture is up. Agriculture in Australia, farmers would be very happy, I would think. 6% up this year. Takes a lot to put a smile on a farmer's face. But that should do it. Farm harvests, particularly cropping, worth $85 billion this year. And if you include fishing and forestry, it's about $91 billion. Good rains have produced a pretty great season. Now, if only they could get the supermarkets to pay proper prices, I think they'd be laughing. Not only smiling, laughing, probably all the way to the bank. But when you think of the life of a farmer, they're never far from disaster. Floods, bushfires, mouse plagues. So when they get a good season, God bless them. Seems like every week there's a new beach survey. I don't know, what was it, 3 weeks ago, Pete? We were talking about Manly Beach getting a nod. Manly Beach in Sydney. Well, this time it's the Cordeaux Traveller magazine. And the winner, we don't have a drum roll, do we? No. the winner is Palm Cove Beach in far north Queensland. Never been there, but apparently it's absolutely wonderful. Traveller says it's definitely the best beach in the world. But wouldn't that be a great job, being a beach bum, working for a nice big glossy magazine, travelling the world, just looking for the ideal beach? Be perfect. This is interesting, and then we'll get to some dates. A 4-year survey of toddlers has revealed that on average their vocabulary is deficient by about 1,100 words a day. Now the problem seems to be screen time. Too much time in front of a screen, where we should be talking to our little children and they talk to us. Too much time in front of the screen. They're only babies, but this is the time or stage of life which provides the foundation of a good vocabulary. Truly believe it. Now we've got, what have we got, the 6th? Yeah. Then I'll eagerly see what you've got prepared for us.
Oh, it's special.
It's special. Okay. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, March 6, 1788, the British First Fleet arrives at Australian territory of Norfolk Island to found a convict settlement. It's now a tourist resort, isn't it, Norfolk Island? The Battle of the Alamo in 1836, after 13 days of fighting 1,500 Mexican soldiers, they overwhelmed the Texan defenders. I think there are about 182 of those patriots. William Travis, they were all killed. William Travis, 26, Jim Bowie, 39, Davy Crockett, 49. Texas sovereign and free. George Nissen of Cedar Rapids, Ohio, receives a patent for his invention, which was a trampoline. I've never seen the point. That was 1945. Yeah. 2018, American World War II aircraft carrier, the USS Lexington, rediscovered in Australia's Coral Sea, lost during the 1942 Battle of the Coral Sea, which was the turning point for the Second World War in the Pacific. Michelangelo, Italian sculptor, painter, architect, poet of the High Renaissance, David, the ceiling in the Sistine Chapel, all of that. He was born in Tuscany on this day in 1475. Michelangelo. 1974, an unnamed Italian industrialist loses a record $1,920,000 at roulette over 5 hours in Monte Carlo. That could make you feel sick, wouldn't it? Gee. Nancy Reagan, First Lady of the United States of America, dies at 94. She was born in 1921, but she died on this day in 2016. British Union flag begins to be flown full mast over Buckingham Palace whenever the British monarch is not in residence, following changes to protocol after the death of Diana, Princess of Wales. That was in 1998. The aspirin, the humble aspirin made from willow, the willow tree. 1899, patented by Felix Hoffmann at the German company Bayer. The Tibetan spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, is vaccinated against COVID-19 and urges other people to do the same on this day in 2021. Gottlieb Daimler, German engineer and inventor, designs the first motorcycle, 1900, dies at 65. Valentina Tereshkova, on this day in 1937, was born in Russia. She was a Soviet cosmonaut and the first woman in space on a spaceship called Vostok 6. And Cyrano de Bergerac, the French playwright and novelist, known for his large nose, on this day in 1619, was born. Some of the things for which we remember the day and salute the day. And if it's your birthday or wedding anniversary, hope it's going to be a great day. Or, depending on when you're watching this, it has been a great day. Anyway, we'll see what Pete's got in store for us as a special surprise. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux, Peter Clayton behind the camera. The Court of Public Opinion will be back tomorrow. Believe in yourself and take it away.